How's it going, Brandon?
How's it going, Isaac?
Pretty good, man, pretty good. What you guys are hearing right now is Josh Pike. It's a song called Make Me Happy, Make You Happy, something like that. It's pretty good. You guys should check it out. How are you guys doing this week, the viewers? Let us know in the comments below. You guys have been great so far. What's our stats last week, bro? We got like 100 listens, I think.
Yeah, just on Podbean.
That is awesome.
200 some on YouTube. I'm addicted to numbers. Make it grow, baby.
That's what's awesome about all of the fine metrics that YouTube gives you and everything is you can find out who's listening to you, what time they're listening to you, how long they're listening to you, and that gives us a few hints as to what changes we can make. But the best thing we can do is have suggestions from you guys.
Hey, people in Tennessee, I know you're listening. What's going on, you motherfuckers?
Yeah, what's going on? What's new?
Episode 8 is what's new. That's happening right now.
We're coming up on that. What is it, dude?
I know, we're gonna have something spectacular for episode 10.
Yes. Music might have played a little bit too long. I meant to fade it out, but we don't have an audio engineer. Yeah, last episode we tried a 3-man crew. It was fun. It was uncharted territory until now, but we're back to 2-man crew.
Yes, we are. I cannot complain.
Right.
I'm having a good time.
We got the mic set up a little different today too. We're still figuring everything out. It's always new. Always trying to improve the podcast at least.
Trying to at least.
Yeah. Last time we did all that setup for the microphones and everything, and then used the microphone, the audio from the camera.
Yeah, well, we're figuring things out.
It's trial and error, of course. Just like everything else in life, it's trial and error.
Yeah. I mean, you can't. What's that thing that didn't get colored in one day or some shit? The 16th Chapel. It's not the 16th.
Oh, yeah.
It's not called 16. It's
16. Yeah. It's Sistine.
Yeah,
Sistine Chapel. Yeah, it's like in the Vatican or something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't painted in one day.
It wasn't painted in one day. I think it was like probably 36 hours. Maybe 48.
The dude went blind. He was looking up. The paint was falling in his eyes.
What?
Yeah.
Was it Da Vinci or not Da Vinci? It was Van Gogh. Which one? It was one of the great artists that painted that, right?
Yeah, it was one of them.
Well, neither one of us are art historians, so if you are, let us know.
Yeah, please. Let me know who colored that shit.
That'd be cool though. I really want to go to the Vatican. The Vatican's supposed to be like
supposed to be trippy.
Supposed to be have the darkest secrets, like other than the pyramids and shit, right?
Right. But they've been hooked up on mushrooms and shit. Like they got mushrooms in the Vatican and whatnot.
They have all kinds of stories
symbols,
about
psychedelics.
Yeah, because the whole thing about the psychedelic experience is we as humans have been having mystical experiences through the use of psychedelics for fucking thousands of years, you know? So, of course, if the church, as old as the church is, as far as settled Christian religions, I think Catholicism is taken the most seriously on a global level, and also goes back the furthest, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Popes and stuff, I don't know,
do you know, did I ever tell you why they're not allowed to get married?
Popes?
Or have sex?
Popes?
No, the priests and whatnot.
The cardinals?
Yeah, I already told you that, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because they were the superstars.
They were the superstars.
Back in the day when people were farmers and shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
There wasn't really any shit. There was no money. The only thing that would make you wanted would be close to God, because everybody believed in that shit, right?
Okay, right.
So then when you were out working in the field, fucking Mr. Priest would come walking down, and he would see your lady at home alone and be like, oh, I can save her soul. Next thing you know, they're fucking.
And the priest fucks your wife while you're in the field working?
So that's why they had to stop that shit. And now they're fucking kids. So tell me what one's worse.
That's what's really messed up. I think, we talked about it a while ago, but there's been new people and indicted.
Some dude just got arrested
a couple
yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
I think somebody just got sentenced, and it's man, these.
That's what it is, sentence, not arrested.
Yeah,
right?
These priests really like touching kids, and it's come on, come on. What's it gonna take to stop that?
At this point, don't you think it's just runs over and over and over again?
It's
my question is, the older boys that get molested, do they grow up to be priests and then do the same thing?
You wonder if that's the vicious cycle that feeds itself, right? It's I don't know, dude. Hypothetically, I think that seems like that'd be the most realistic thing. But then you have to think of just think about the sheltered life that a person in that situation would live. All they would know is a corrupted youth into a corrupted adulthood. You know, it's a very dark thing to think about.
But then at this point, we all know that the church has been fucking kids and like just moving the priest around, not getting in trouble.
Yeah.
So I mean, you also have to think that child molesters would probably go that route. Like, oh, you mean I can just fuck kids and you're just moving around?
That's crazy too. Yeah, you're coming up on some science.
I'm just thinking that
some speculative science. Yeah, you know, like there's definitely some angles to be taken there to try to explain like the whole phenomenon as a whole.
We should probably stop that. Now that you angles and child fucking, I don't want to talk about different angles.
No, yeah, what's crazy though, if you guys have ever
heard, probably go to a blind kids camp. How are they gonna fucking describe you?
That's true. Yeah, just
put on somebody else's.
By the field, they'll be able to recreate what you look like to a sketch artist because they felt your face so much. that's the tale of the century. But no, for real, if you guys have never heard of a show called The Young Pope, it's really, really awesome. It was on HBO for a while. It's sponsored by like another kind of a European HBO company called Sky, and Jude Law is the main character. Yeah. And it's a fictional show set in the Vatican where Jude Law is elected the position of Pope, and he's like the youngest Pope ever. Yeah. And he, like, I don't know, I never really liked or knew of Jude Law before this show, but I think it's like 10 or 12 episodes, and it's really good. If you can find it or watch it, check that out, because they deal with the whole, like, the opening scene of the show is Jude Law crawling out of a temple of babies. It's like a baby pyramid. You know, like all these babies are in diapers, but they look like dead corpses. Like, they don't look like dead babies. It's like clean babies that are in diapers, but they're all stacked motionless in a pyramid in the middle of the Vatican. And like Jude Law just like crawls out from underneath the bottom of the pile and looks at it, and then like obviously that's not reality, but
I would hope not.
But it's really weird how they throw in all those nuances about the church, because churches are weird, man. Religions are impactful. But that's enough of a digression. I don't know, man, before we get into our week segments, what's new this week with you? Did you run some miles or something? Or did you die? Did you almost die from running some miles?
So we are on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Recording on Wednesday. Okay. Now here on tonight, I'm going to go home and upload this shit. Or Thursday. So we are 4 days through my 7 days. Right. To get 21 miles. Right. I've ran a total of 3 miles.
That's okay. That's still a valiant effort, though.
No, I gotta get this done. I can't let these people down.
You're just gonna die? You're just gonna like run 10 miles in 2 days?
Well, I got it right now. It's 6, 6, and 6. For the next
that's the number of the beast, bro.
I know. So, but if I go home and upload this, I'm missing today. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, that's true.
So, what's gonna end up happening is I'm gonna have to run.
Yeah, that's fucking shit. And you said you almost died running the.
No, I was just being a baby.
Yeah,
I was just being a baby.
Did it feel good though when you got done?
It hurt. I went to bed. It hurt so bad.
But were you able to fall asleep so
yeah, I slept fucking great. That's
what I love about physical activity, bro. As soon as you do it, if you haven't done it in a while, it's just like you fall asleep easier, and like for some reason, like food tastes better after you work out because you're hungrier.
Right.
It's just like it really is a natural high.
But to do my running, man, I can't just run. The music's all good and whatnot.
Yeah, music, like, that's the thing. That's why I used to like track practice, because it's very, I like, multi-workouts that are, what I forget what it's called, hyperactive workouts. So it's like short bursts of intensity, right? You know, you do like 30 seconds on and then 30 seconds off, and then 30 seconds on, and you do all kinds of exercises like that. That's how I prefer my workout as a whole. Not only does a body workout, but you can work on cardio at the same time. Because why would I work out my body and then go run cardio? Right. I want to just do one thing and get it done together.
So I said, fuck it, and I had to get fucking ESPN Plus to watch the fight to see my guy Derek Lewis lose.
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't even catch any of the recaps or anything.
Yeah, he got kicked in the gut, and he's like, man, I got pooped or some shit.
Shut down, huh?
Yeah, and then it was. I mean, I was not complaining. Yeah. I like watching the fights. I will say that. So I got ESPN Plus, so I had to get that. So now I'm just gonna watch sports all the fucking time.
That's pretty dope, though.
$5 a month, and they have a bunch of, you know what the ESPN 30 for 30s are?
Yeah, those are the documentaries about different historical sports events. Yeah.
So cool. I ended up getting this one that is Tommy Morrison, and I don't know if you know who Tommy the Duke Morrison is.
Think so.
Tommy the Duke Morrison was he's a heavyweight boxer. Won a championship.
Right.
But at one point he was in a movie called Rocky V.
Oh Oh, okay.
And he was Tommy Gunn.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the one where Rocky lost, right?
No, this is Rocky was retired in Rocky 5.
Okay.
And he trained Tommy Gunn, but then Tommy Gunn pissed off Rocky at the end of the movie, and they had a good old-fashioned Philly street brawl.
Shout out to Sylvester Stallone, bro.
Yeah, it was fucking ridiculous.
Just hauling it up with the Rockies.
But let me tell you a little bit about Mr. Tommy Gunn.
Yeah.
Or Tommy.
Tommy the Tom.
Tommy the Duke Morrison. Because he won a championship belt.
Okay.
Right?
He's a one-time champ, but who did he dethrone for it?
No, it was George Foreman.
Oh, that's pretty heavy.
Yeah, it was late in George Foreman's life, but okay, but that don't matter because
he wasn't selling grills yet.
We need to get into the fact that Tommy decided then he was going to fight some scrub and he lost.
Okay.
Right after he won the belt, so then he lost the belt. So then he's like, all right, I'm going to get another fight. So then he gets a fight and he fails his health test, like his physical.
Okay.
And they're
after he wins it, or
no, before.
Okay.
And everybody's like, well, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
And turns out that Mr. Tommy Morrison had the HIV.
Oh gosh!
Right.
He found out before the fight.
This is like, like weeks before, since they never did the physical.
Yeah.
And then he finally did, and the next thing you know, he got HIV. But he denied it straight up.
That's crazy.
Stop taking pills. Stop taking all his medicines. And this is back in the day. Like, Magic Johnson kind of shit. Like, he had the money where he could.
Magic Johnson made AIDS famous.
I'm just saying, like, Tommy Morrison had the money to live through it.
Yeah.
One of the few in that time period.
Yeah.
But, like, nowadays, everybody can. But, yeah, he denied it.
It was big at the time, yeah.
He was huge. Like, he had so much muscle. Like, if you see him in the movie, he's fucking Jack City, and then he gets AIDS, and he fucking loses all his muscle.
Goes downhill pretty quick.
Yeah. So he decides, I'm fucking still a boxer, and goes gets fake muscles implanted into his body.
Oh my gosh.
Still denying the fact that he has AIDS. He's like, no, I ain't got AIDS.
Oh my god.
So then he starts fighting people again in rings.
Fake muscles?
With fake muscles.
Oh man.
But that's not the issue. The issue is he's in a ring in a boxing match where people bleed.
Yeah.
And people spit.
Oh yeah,
and sweat
that's what he's supposed to be doing too, yeah.
And he has HIV.
Man,
right.
That's so like, and that's the thing. Like maybe he as a person at the time didn't realize the health implications, but like that's horrifying.
Well, everybody knew the health. Like after the big rush,
you would have to be super naive. Yeah. Like
but first,
trying to play devil's advocate.
At first, he was like, "I got it," and then he started taking medicine, and everything was good. And then I guess he fell in love with some girl while he was married to two other women at the same time.
Oh wow!
Where he married one in the United States and married the other one in Canada, and then met some new girl. And she's like, "Dude, you don't have AIDS. You got bit by a spider." He's like, "Fuck, that sounds good."
Yeah, that's definitely what happened. I remember now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, I think that happened.
Thanks for reminding me.
So yeah, everybody should watch these 30 for 30s because they're fucking amazing.
Right on. I think there's one about Bo Jackson, right?
Yeah, you don't know Bo.
Yeah, I'm
gonna watch that one.
That dude's an animal, man.
He was.
What a savage, bro.
Too much fucking pressure on them hips. That's what happened. That's why he fucking fell off.
Still the one like him playing baseball in the outfield, bro. That's just like that's
no
the most
shit.
savage thing, bro. Ever. Just hawking that down, especially a dude that size, running that fast, being that big. That's some crazy like. You talk about like apex predators in nature, like. That's an apex human being. for
right.
Sure. There are certain archetypes.
The nice version.
Humans. Yeah.
The nice version.
Exactly. Yeah.
OJ was the opposite. He was an apex predator, but
truly, yeah.
He was stabbing bitches' heads off.
He was definitely
allegedly. He wrote a book, If I Did It. Motherfucker, you did it.
Yeah. Just gonna write some stuff if I definitely maybe didn't do it.
Right. This is how it all went down. But maybe.
If this is how I was involved, here's how it would have went. That's funny.
So today was a gorgeous day, by the way.
Dude, today is Wednesday. We're filming this on Wednesday the 13th.
Yeah.
March 13th. Yeah, it was, the sun came out at like, 2, 3 o'clock?
Yeah.
Man, it just felt
it warmed
so
up to like 55 degrees. You know what I did?
What?
Smoked a blunt outside.
Yes.
Fresh air. Reading a book.
Fresh air, sun beating down on you.
Reading a book.
Sparking it up.
Yep. Just hanging out. It was fucking beautiful.
And then you said you work at like
a business park where
I
don't want to give that all away.
Right, yeah.
Know where the fuck I'm
but
at.
Like you were saying,
ain't no one
there's no one around. Yeah, you can just chill.
I just do what I want. Read a book.
Where do you think the best place to smoke is?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Of
all places, not like the best place you've ever smoked, but like the go-to smoke spot if you don't want to drive and smoke.
Probably want to drive and smoke.
Right.
That's a good one.
Not that you want to give away your smoke spot either, but
I would say it's the fucking outside.
Yeah, just somewhere in the country. Yeah, me too.
So I know you said you didn't want to drive, but this like
I love being like in nature too, like taking a hike and smoking. That's really fun.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, the best place I ever, the fucking top dog place I ever smoked at.
Yeah.
That's what my new thing is for my favorite thing. Top dog.
Right. Yeah.
It was actually you know where Pennsylvania is? Mm-hmm. It's a state.
It is in America.
Pittsburgh's in that shit, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I walked down 3 rivers. I walked down one of the rivers, smoking blunt at like fucking 1 o'clock in the morning.
Chilling.
It was beautiful.
That's awesome.
It was still like 50 degrees outside.
And
right next to the water. I was like, if cops show up, this is just going into the fucking water.
Yeah, just toss it.
What evidence?
I'm pretty sure, like, for me, part of what makes smoking outside so, I don't know, just like not meaningful, but just like it's almost nostalgic because I think when I started smoking with my friends in high school, we would have to go outside and do that. So it like brings back this like feeling of like, and not only adventure, but like you're getting away with something. I was trying to write a stand-up bit about like it doesn't matter how old you are, it always feels good to try to get away with something. It's like yeah, it's like, and whether it's like smoking a blunt and even when it's legal, it's gonna be like this.
As long as you ain't like killing people.
Exactly, yeah.
Trying to get away with that, but then serial people, they probably had that high times like fucking 100. What? People that kill people.
People that
trying to get away with something.
There's a movie called Mr. Brooks, and I forget, it has Kevin Costner.
Yeah, I've seen that shit.
It's awesome. He gets off on killing people. He's like he's a serial.
Ben Affleck's in that too, right? Ben Affleck's like the
Ben Affleck.
No, that was a different movie.
Dan Cook was in Mr. Brooks, yeah.
He was the understudy.
Yeah, he was going to be the dude.
And then fucking Kevin Costner killed him, right?
Yep.
Spoiler alert. The movie's 12 years old. That didn't spoil shit.
I saw that when I was like just out of high school or still in high school, and I was like, at the time, I was like, this is borderline like pathological crazy.
Right.
And then Saw came after that and all the crazy shit. I
wasn't a big fan of Saw.
I haven't seen Get Out yet. Have you seen that?
No.
Me either. I heard it's really good. But he's got another horror movie coming out, Jordan Peele.
Right?
Yeah, he went from comedy to horror to like writing. He won best screenplay, I think.
Right, yeah. Original screenplay because this shit's actually original.
Yeah, that's what's nuts. It's hard to be original in today's
that's what they say.
Watered down, whatever you want to call it.
So today just reminded me that it's like the first day of legit spring. Do you have anything that's like your favorite? Well, I mean the weather.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's not the first day technically, but I was thinking about spring. What's your favorite thing about spring?
Flowers, man. Blooming, yeah. I think because I don't know, I visually take in and like personally take in the seasons. It's just like I've looked at it recently. It's just like the cycle of birth and death, and like we see it in nature more often than not, but like as soon as it's spring, everything's coming back to life, and I think you can feel that in the earth, like even if you're not like
good.
Yeah, and there's nothing like whether it's like spring rain or whatever it is, there's certain times when you go outside and you smell the air and like it, I don't know, the way I heard it described is like it unlocks a pattern or something, and you're like, oh yeah, I've smelled this before, and this is like it's really exhilarating feeling. Right. Yeah, not many things in life can provide it that way, like through sensory stimulus. Right. It's really cool. So
especially a stimulus that you're not expecting.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like a natural.
You can't see it. You can't feel it.
Yeah.
You don't know it's coming.
It's a feeling combined with a memory combined with
sound. You'd be highly upset with me in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know what's going on, but.
But you can prepare yourself to pick up a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying?
I do, yeah. But that's why, I mean, it's really strange that people walk their dogs and then just, like, pick up their shit right after that. Like, what are you doing, bro?
It's so fucking weird.
Just take your dog somewhere where you don't have to pick up his shit.
Right? Or dig a hole.
I don't know, but that's like, it's crazy to me. Like, it's humans being humans. But anyways, yeah, spring means we sprung forward recently, which we lost an hour of sleep. Yeah. How have you been adjusting to that for the first week?
Well, I got drunk and stayed up until the time changed.
Right.
And then I was like, 1:59, shit, it's still early. And then like 2 minutes later, I look at my phone, 3:01, what the fuck?
I was thoroughly impressed because I went to set my alarm the night before it happened. Yeah. And when you turn on your alarm, it tells you how long until it goes off. Yeah. My phone does at least. it was like 9 o'clock or something, and I set it for like 7, and it told me like it only said like 6 hours away. I was like, what the heck? Yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, we must lose an hour a night. But our clocks are automatically able to not only predict with like an alarm app, but like it amazes me how they've programmed this adjustment for time into the airwaves. The airwaves, bro. Like, what is it? It never ceases to amaze me how we've come so far pushing all of this technology through the fucking air, bro.
I know, it's
like, it blows my mind.
What's it doing to my ball sack, bro?
Yeah, that's why we need to have like a dedicated segment to one of these episodes to them, like going over this 5G stuff. Like,
let's do it.
Yeah, because I really want to know about it. And Alex Jones was like,
let's do next. Let's do next Tuesday. Next episode. Next Wednesday. Well, it won't be the next. It'll be no. We can't do that because that's the 10th episode. We'll do the 11th episode. Fuck it, we'll decide later.
Yeah, exactly.
This shit.
That's a tough though. Yeah, you got anything else before we want to go into the
I can't read that last one. How to be an adult. Motherfucker, I need to know how to grow up.
Yeah?
Because, let me just explain things. Like, I had a big meeting this week.
Okay.
Early in the morning.
Right.
And I decided the best thing for a big meeting is to get drunk until fucking 11 o'clock at night with a friend.
Because why not?
Exactly, and I need to be more mature in the morning. I need to see the other side of why not. Like, oh, that's the reason why not. Yeah. Of course.
And more often than not, it's either that feeling, or you're just like, yeah, this is exactly what I expected it to be. A lot of time, like, very seldomly is like the opposite of your actions. Grossly different than what your normal actions are, you know, like unless you have extremely bad habits, like super addictive, destructive tendencies. Yeah. Then that can get very, very, very risky. But you know, it's like most of the time, like if I stay home 4 nights a week, if I go out 2 of those nights, right, chances are I'm probably not going to have any other kind of crazy experience, in my opinion. Like, not much is going to happen if I just stay home or go out. But right. I'm not, like, to me, that's a little, like, kind of an introverted way to think, because I could be missing the world, you know? I could go out and expect, it could be anything happening. I should go out every night, but I'm not that person.
Happens,
I'm not that person.
Nothing happens.
I am, yeah. But I don't know, I found so much sanctity in my solitude. Like, at this point, I need to be alone by myself in a room for a certain amount of time not per day, but like
per week.
Yeah, like within a week, I need to at least have like 6 hours to myself, like of just nothing but me time, like to process all of my thoughts.
I agree with that.
Because if I'm not by myself, I literally can't sift through. It's like an information. It's like a computer deciding which files to erase. Like as far as
you know what the fuck up is?
What?
It's fucking social media. You're always interacting with shit.
I pretty much cut it out of my life, bro. I feel so good.
Well, get it back in because we were trying to grow the goddamn show.
That's the only social media in my life, and that's why it's taken on a whole new weight as well in my life.
Yeah, now it's like fucking work.
My personal Facebook posts, the last 5 posts are all episodes. Right. You know? Exactly. I haven't even posted anything else really. And through the week, I'm like working on the episodes and everything, and it's been awesome. Right. I'm digging it, man.
Well, I like having, like, it's not really work. It's more like a hobby.
It does, yeah. You feel we're getting better at it, and it's running smoother, and we're getting more ideas. It's freaking sweet, man. Let's get into our events, though, our segments, bro. Because I want to talk about Halo and how you've never played it.
I've never played it. I don't fucking own an Xbox.
This guy's never played it.
I've never owned an Xbox.
Right?
Is that motherfucking camera too dark?
No, it's actually perfect.
Really?
So,
it was dark as hell in here. It's all good, though. Because Bill Gates is a bitch. You ever see him try to jump over a chair?
Hang on.
It's ridiculous. The audio's still going. Hang on my ass.
Yeah, we're good. Bill Gates. Oh yeah, he can jump over a chair like a gangster, bro.
Like a gangster.
That being said, shout out to Bill Gates and Microsoft, because Halo is one of the most legendary first-person shooter games ever to come across the face of consoles and gaming, and you haven't even played it. Yeah, how do you call yourself a joker or a smoker?
Well, I played like legit games, real games.
Like what? Like
shit that real happened. Like really happened.
Like chess?
No, like Zelda.
Like the real games.
Yeah, the real ones.
The OG ones.
Mario.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
Mario.
Motherfucker. You don't think a fucking gorilla? They made a movie about about it, bro.
I have them all, bro. I really do want to see the new Wreck-It Ralph. It seems pretty cool. Yeah, that's a whole video game.
Did he break the internet again?
That's the second one, I think.
I thought that was the first one.
He wrecks the internet. Yeah, but anyways, this first segment is shout out to all you Halo fans and all you PC players, because finally, for the first time ever, almost all of the Halo games are going to be available on the PC. And what a lot of people don't know is Halo was originally developed for PC, and then later on they decided to switch it and put it on the forefront of Xbox. Because I don't know if you remember or not, the first Xbox that came out, the main launch title with it was Halo. There was a couple other ones, but the big kind of pushing game and intellectual property behind the Xbox as a whole was immediately the Master Chief and the Halo collection.
I was too busy playing, real games. Crash Bandicoot.
See, that's the thing.
PlayStation.
And PlayStation, even to this day, it's arguable about what PlayStation's overall mascot is.
It is.
Some say
because there's so many good fucking games. Halo sucks. Xbox sucks. There's one good game.
No.
Let's go with Master Chief.
Obviously, Nintendo has Mario and a couple other ones, and Donkey Kong and all that. Yeah. But for me, it's like Ratchet and Clank for PlayStation.
Right.
There's always Jak and Daxter, but really, it's like Crash Bandicoot and
that's original.
Ape Escape used to be really big.
No, I was not. I hated that.
I didn't play that either. But yeah, I don't know.
Both DualShocks.
Yeah, if you guys play games or whatever, what do you think the PlayStation mascot is? Because that'd be interesting to hear. I think everyone's PlayStation mascot that comes to mind just has to do with the first games they played.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Twisted Metal and stuff. That dude was awesome.
That game was crazy.
Yeah. The first time.
Clown.
The clown, the guy, it was all fiery inferno car.
Amazing.
Yeah, I want to play it now. There was a game called Tiny Tank too that I had. It's a really freaking sweet. You're this little tank with this attitude, and you run around and shoot stuff. I need to play it sometime. Maybe we need to have a video game episode.
I'm down with that.
That'd be really cool.
We'll write these ideas down.
Eventually, yeah.
Talk about Halo real quick.
No, if not, we have video evidence of it.
Oh, that's some shit.
But yeah, there's not really much to say about Halo except if you enjoy Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo Reach, Halo Combat Evolved. Wait, no, what's the other one? Halo ODST. They're all going to be not only on Xbox Games Pass, but available for PC and the Xbox console, which is actually, for the first time in my life, I'm going to probably not convert platforms, but I've almost abandoned my PS4 as a platform. The only reason I still use it and have it up is because it's Destiny themed.
Right.
And for those of you who don't know, I have an obsession with Destiny, which is made by Bungie, and Bungie were the original makers of Halo. So Bungie made Halo 1, 2, 3, and ODST, I believe. Or maybe Reach.
And those were all the good ones.
Arguably, yeah. Before Microsoft bought the rights of Halo as an intellectual property from Bungie, Bungie then moved on to develop Destiny, and Microsoft then hired 343 Industries to produce Halo 4, which was the first Halo not made by Bungie. And Bungie went on to make Destiny, and now they partnered with Activision to bring Destiny out. It's kind of like they did with Microsoft and Halo, but they recently parted from Activision, and they managed to keep the intellectual property of Destiny.
Sweet.
So it's an interesting tale of
Capcom.
Two stories.
Capcom, number one game developer of all time.
Capcom rules, yeah. They
Street Fighter.
Which one's Hideo Kojima? I think Kojima used to work for Capcom. Because he did all the Metal Gear Solids. Yeah, Resident Evil. I heard that new VR Resident Evil was terrifying.
Yeah.
That'd be really fun.
Yeah, Resident Evil 7. I beat that game in a night. I didn't go to work the next day.
A lot of people swear by it, those kinds
it's fucking good though.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite games. What's your guys' favorite games?
Tell us your favorite games and your favorite
at the Joker and the Smoker at gmail.com.
Yeah, we're gonna try. I'm never on Twitter, guys.
Me either.
Oh man, I've heard about this stupid article. First off, this website's the worst. Bro Bible.
So I don't even know if it's real, but this story is so amazing. So a man who is a self-proclaimed Jesus.
Self-proclaimed Jesus, baby.
He decided that he wants to have some kids.
Not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4.
No, fucking 18 of them across the nation.
Already has 18 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more on the way.
Yeah, and he just wants to, keep this. He's doing it from 2014. He realized he had some real strong semen.
Yeah.
That was
as one does.
How do you figure that out?
That's what I was going to say.
Taste it yourself?
You take an at-home test?
I don't. Do you put it in like a cup and it fucking burns the bottom out?
Yeah, that's But yeah, he's 27 years old though, which is I'm 27.
Yeah, you don't have any kids, right?
I think I'm 27. I hope I'm 27.
You don't have any kids, right?
No, not one.
This guy has 18 more than you.
He has 18 more kids.
Think about his child support. There has to be a deal where he doesn't pay child support.
I think like that's what is really crazy. This article just paints this guy like living this lavish life as just an impregnator.
Well, I think that's what he's doing. There's probably a contract where he doesn't have to pay for shit.
Because, yeah,
the dude's
like
probably
you said,
living great.
Yeah, finish the story, though. He found out he had strong sperm, and then upon finding that out, he posted it to Craigslist.
On Craigslist and said,
within a few days, he was hit up by a few people, and some of the first chick that he impregnated was through artificial insemination. Yep. And then up to 6 of the 18 have been actually conceived with actual sex.
Yeah, fucking.
But not by his word, quote, he did not have sex for sexual pleasure. It was only to spread his seed.
Yeah, but dude's Jesus, bro.
He's Jesus, yeah.
He's not Jesus. He's like just Jesus getting as much pussy as possible and getting paid for it.
I gotta say, the dude, like, that's just, I don't know.
A walking sperm bank.
I like the way the article was written because it said, I either hate this guy or love this guy.
Right. So it's definitely written by a dude.
Yeah. If it was written by a woman and it was this article probably wouldn't be published in my opinion.
Yeah, it'd probably be just talking shit about him. But this guy,
or it could be empowering.
I don't know if he's an asshole or if he's a hero. Because one, I don't want 18 kids, but then again, it's like motherfuckers have 18 goddamn kids.
I want to hear an article written by one of his baby's mamas and how he is.
Shitty he is. Yeah. Bad.
That's really all I want.
He has 18 kids. The fuck? You can't even give one kid a day, a week. You know what I'm saying?
At least, yeah.
Right now they get.
You can't get to them all. You need a whole month just to get them all. Visit them all.
Well, they don't even get 2 days a month with 18.
Well, yeah, but it's 7 more on the way. Yeah.
So that's 1 month. You get to see one kid 1 day a month. Yeah. You're the shittiest father ever.
Yeah, and that's the thing. But it would seem like the situation isn't as it appears because if the ones that were artificial insemination maybe were for people who maybe none of them want to see him.
Right.
But that's what this article doesn't write.
Like older,
that's what's
crazy. But the issue is the range of the females stems from 18 to 45. Yeah. Like what's that 18-year-old doing in there? Yeah. Go live your life. You don't need to be fucked by some 27-year-old self-proclaimed Jesus.
Why were you... Well, yeah, how'd you meet this self-proclaimed Jesus anyways?
Probably on Craigslist looking to get fucking... Trying to be a cum dump. Bring back cum dump.
Let's not. Let's go to that. Okay, so now... Guess what, people? Be careful with all the data you enter into all of your devices.
And no, it's not even the shit that you enter into your devices. It doesn't matter what you do in your devices. Google paying attention no matter what.
And the important thing to remember is whether it's Google or Apple, whether you have Android or iTunes or whatever it is, like your data is being mined as you sit here and listen to this, and it will continue to after this. Like basically, this article is from the Herald Sun. It's actually an .au website published in Australia, but right, if Google's an American company, it's just there's definitely reason to believe that this would be the case in America as well. Google knows where you live, work, and your secret interests. New shadow profile report says. Google has been accused of spying on millions of Australians by building profiles containing intimate lifestyle details such as home and work addresses plus secret interests.
It's so weird how they're doing it.
Yeah, basically.
They're not even asking for it. They're like, oh, your phone connects to the Wi-Fi in this building from 9 a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m.
They're basically...
Monday through Friday. They're like, oh, this is where you work. And they're like, okay, this is where you work.
Yeah, when you connect your phone to Wi-Fi every day, if you connect it to it at work, basically on the back end of the information that Google gets, they see that this device with this MAC address, registers connecting to this Wi-Fi every day at this time. So they automatically put that in a file as this person's work address. Or work,
you keep showing up there Monday through Friday.
Exactly.
And of course they're going to figure out.
Whatever.
They're going to figure out with your house.
Days. Yeah.
It's like, well, this motherfucker is here from
this time to this time,
7 o'clock at night till 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. So
it's probably where they fucking live.
They connect to that Wi-Fi during those times. So it's really interesting to think about. It's and that's
shit. So that probably means they know where you go. Like you go there often.
View your Google location history.
Like strip clubs, like you go there often.
It doesn't matter where you go, they know.
Well, if you hook up to the Wi-Fi. Goes like, well, this motherfucker hangs out. He loves the buffet.
Yeah, the buffet at 2 o'clock on Thursdays.
On Thursdays.
Gotta go during
It's not the girl. Not the girl.
But yeah, so this basically comes down to Oracle, another really big tech company, leveled claims in a document provided to the Australian Consumer Digital Platforms Inquiry. Let's see.
Google knows I've been hanging out at Roosters. I go there all the fucking time.
So, included a 17-page attachment called Google's Shadow Profile, setting out a sinister surveillance operation of phone owners and the $1.2 trillion company.
What the fuck, people?
So, yeah, but, like, everyone knows if you just, like, Google search something, automatically in your Facebook ads, soon enough you'll get marketed that thing.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't even think you need to look it up. Today, I think your phone hears you.
Today, I shout out to MeUndies if you want to sponsor our podcast. MeUndies.
No
I have one pair and they're really great. And I saw an email today, and they were like, "Hey, check out our new llama print undies," and I was like, "That'd be dope." So I checked them out, and then 30 minutes later, I got another email and it said, "We saw you were looking." Like they were trying to be funny because it's an underwear website, but it was really creepy because the subject headline was "We saw you looking," and I was
what
like,
the fuck?
Yeah.
That's stalking, bro.
Yeah, dude. They knew I was on the
Go
website.
do that to somebody else.
Yeah.
Send somebody an email.
But MeUndies, if you want to sponsor us, let us know because
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, send me free underwear. You can stalk me. I like to see my dick. Wait, no, my dick will be in the undies. My bad.
In the undies,
my bad.
Definitely. But yeah, what's our next article here? Your fourth one is
it's the sound.
Yeah, sound.
Ba-doop, 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 boop. Guys, everybody, you can go buy this new shape, and you can hook it up to all your speakers, and you will not hear me and Isaac's stupid ass fucking podcast. No, I'm fucking with it.
Yeah, block it out of whoever's listening.
No, there is a new shape that scientists have created in a lab, mathematically.
Right.
And they put it at the end of a PVC pipe. Okay?
Yeah.
And they hook the other side up to a loudspeaker and turn that bitch all the way up to 10.
And everyone knows if you want to amplify the sound of your phone, you can just put it inside of a little
tube. It makes it super loud.
Yeah. So, but this thing has the cap on the end of it, and
it's just a little ring.
They describe it as an acoustic metamaterial, which is a super advanced way to say something like this.
Right. And basically what it does is it...
Printed from a mathematically modeled design, shaped in such a way that it can catch certain frequencies passing through the air and reflect them back toward
catches the frequencies.
Yeah.
So it just stops the noise from coming out. A frequency... Frequent...
And what amazes me... frequency.
Yeah!
What amazes me is that this thing can... Air molecules can pass through it, and light molecules can pass through it. But sound waves cannot.
Yeah.
What? And I say molecules. I think it's actually vibrations and waves because, contrary to popular belief, a lot of things happen in wave form instead of particle form.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
I'm not either.
I'm gonna be though. I think I'm going back to school for biology. Maybe.
I couldn't just pronounce fucking words, so I'm just staying away from science.
That's really cool though, dude. Like this could have a lot of applications.
Forever.
Yeah, you could really get like noise canceling.
You can put it at the end of fucking cars. Fucking muffler.
Mufflers, yeah.
That thing, what's the percent that stops? 90%?
I think so, yeah.
90% of all sounds.
The idea is that we can mathematically design an object that can block the sounds of anything. Crazy. It says Boston University professor.
Speaking of that, I can't say that. I can't say that.
You probably shouldn't then.
It's so funny though. It's so funny.
Save it for clip bit or something. An Instagram post. Instagram story post. Yeah. We gotta start like posting stories and stuff because that's how we do.
I don't want to tell a story ever.
Also,
go on to the next one.
We forgot to mention in the beginning of this podcast, and hopefully we'll remember at the end too. Go on iTunes and give us 5-star ratings, right? Did we say that yet?
5-star ratings and reviews. 5-star
ratings and reviews. If you guys check it out, that would do us a huge favor because the way that we get more exposure on the iTunes store and Podbean and all that is your reviews and your 5-star ratings will skyrocket us towards top-rated listening. Basically, when you open a new app and look for top listened to podcasts, if ours has been rated by 5 people that all say 5 stars within the last 40 to 72 hours, that should put us up towards the top to get more exposure. So I think that's how that works. I don't know. I don't work there.
But there has to be, you have to write something in the review column.
Yeah, just to tell us something cool that you liked in an episode or whatever you want. Leave your social media handle if you want us to follow or whatever.
For anybody to follow at that point.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all about. We're all just trying to.
We're trying to start a cult.
Yeah, exactly. Start a cult for sure. Share the exposure and everything. Yeah.
So
we're gonna get a log cabin and somewhere in the woods and start a cult, and it's just gonna be
fucking everybody.
But
we'll use this fucking
soundproof stuff
to stop the screams from us fucking.
This next article makes me happy because a man in China robs a woman at an ATM and then returns money after seeing her bank balance.
That's so fucked up. Think about the trauma she goes through.
Yeah, it just amazes me, like, the sudden moral and ethical compass change that this guy had like, you know, he was willing to maliciously rob someone who had a lot of wealth, who had disposable money. But suddenly, as soon as he saw that this woman was already at the ATM for her last $500,
was broke as fuck.
Yeah, and held her up to even a higher gunpoint and said, "Show me your balance." Then she shows him the balance, and he laughs and gives her back the money and walks away.
Smiling.
Smiling. The article particularly says that.
Can you be arrested for that? It's not technically a robbery.
It was captured on closed circuit.
Yeah, but it's not technically robbery.
Yeah, I mean, that's
pointed a gun at somebody, I think.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Because he technically did rob them.
Yeah.
No, he reversed it.
Yeah.
He borrowed it.
But I think, like, you know, that you can't go into a bank and say, "I'm robbing this bitch," and then be like, "Just kidding."
He borrowed it at gunpoint. Have you ever borrowed something at gunpoint?
I haven't. I need to. No, I don't think I should employ it.
No, you shouldn't. Nobody should fucking borrow at gunpoint anything.
But yeah, definitely. If you guys are thinking about stealing money from someone, at least make sure they're wealthy, right?
Yeah, ask them, like, how much you got in your
Take a tip from this guy and just, only rob the wealthy. If you're gonna, just like Robin.
Yeah.
Rob from the wealthy, give to the poor.
Yeah, exactly.
If that's why you're robbing,
don't give it away,
call yourself Robin Hood.
Because that's another fucking charge, bro.
That's another, then you that's true.
Just rob shit. Steal.
Just don't.
We do not promote crimes on this show. Just steal shit, though.
We don't need any longer rap sheets than I already have.
Mine's not too bad.
Mine's longer than I want it to be.
I could get a couple more ticks on there.
Yeah,
for a couple more stories.
For the sake of the show, we'll see.
Yeah, for the stories. That's what I do it for.
Our next segment, though, we've got about 12 minutes left.
Oh, I want to do a current event song, by the way.
Song?
Yeah, I want to do like the old school. No, what? Like
breaking news.
Just in from the fighter and the kid. Current events.
Exactly.
And then we go into it or some shit.
That'd be dope.
But we did it on the last one, so we'll have to remember that next time too.
Yeah, we gotta get the Jamaican horn too.
Deal.
Yeah, we gotta get a soundboard. We can get an app on that.
Deal.
All right, cool. So our last article today is, what is it, Brandon?
It's well, I'm a big fight fan, as you know. I am a bigger
cockfight, right?
Oh yeah, and I'm not talking about two chickens. You guys put that together, right? Mike Tyson.
Yes.
Some people know him as Iron Mike. He's the baddest man on the face of the earth at one point. And he is now
He won his first, 20-some fights, cold knockout.
Yeah, he was pretty impressive. Anyways, he stopped boxing a while ago.
Right.
And now he runs a pot farm.
Nice.
Where you can go there and get high and hang out with Mike Tyson.
I'm chill. I would go.
He also started a podcast called Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson.
We need to go on.
And then boxing also, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's awesome.
So then, one of my favorite comedians of all time, Joey Coco Diaz.
Diaz?
Yes, Diaz. He was on there on Mike Tyson's show.
Right.
And Joey Diaz is a fucking emotional guy.
He really is. He's not afraid to get into shit.
No, he's not. And that's what I'm trying to take after that. I'm not trying to just open up, fucking be honest.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the best way.
Mike Tyson, scroll down a little bit. Let me get down to his quote.
Yeah.
So I can say his quote perfectly.
Okay.
I think it's a little bit further.
Let's see.
Mike Tyson said, "I thought I was tough back in my boxing days, I thought I was a tough guy and all that shit. I realized I'm not tough at all. I'm happy that one kid didn't kill me. I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful to be alive. And to me, he could be talking about two people that try to kill him, either Teddy Atlas or he could be talking about himself.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, just being a fuck up.
Yeah, it could be because he was living a rock star life or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just like, it's one of the things, like, to see somebody change from that. Like, he went to prison for rape.
Yeah.
Okay? And then,
anybody gets you off.
Anybody gets you off. But he did a interview after he got out of prison, and he's looking at some girl, and like the girl reporter asked a question, and he just straight up says, I usually don't, get interviewed by ladies unless I fornicate with them. So, you best shut up, or,
Wow.
He said that, like, in the middle of a press conference. Another thing he said is,
times were a lot different, like...
He also said in, like, the weigh-ins on stage, Mike Tyson screamed out, I'll fuck you till you love me, to a white guy. In the stage. It's like, I'll show you the real man. Get up here, white boy. I'll fuck you till you love me. And grab his nuts and shit. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, Mike Tyson?
And I feel like he was just like such a sporadic, like explosive person to do all those like off the wall things.
Yeah. Well, he had a couple fucking tigers. Yeah. The dude's motherfucking crazy.
He's Mike Tyson, man. One of a kind legend.
No shit.
But that is cool, to see somebody have that kind of a wild roller coaster life and then
come out,
reach 50-some years old and be like, damn,
change for the better.
I'm glad I can't believe I'm not one of the ones who die all the way. Yeah,
right. But just to see him change, to see where he's gone from now, see him successful in another part and. Right. Calm down, not fucking crazy. Because most of the time, people go fucking insane. Tommy Morrison got AIDS. No, I don't.
Yeah, exactly. And I think so many other people, and like boxing and fighting is a little bit different, but a lot of people, you like more so celebrities. I feel like who were in like acting and stuff, like they'll try to fight the end of their career. Where someone like Tyson, he managed to give it up, and it's a lot, like I don't know. I love how Derek Jeter retired. Like I love how certain sports
they know it's over.
Yeah, they go peacefully, and then they stay coaches or whatever. But that's super cool because I think Mike Tyson, really did have a moment in his life where everything flipped on end, and he was like, "Damn, I'm not going to be fighting anymore. I'm not the machine I once was."
And he changed to a deep, emotional fella. And
guy who can grasp.
I think people need to give more people chances of that.
Exactly. No matter what their age, their intellectual ability, their experiences, just be open-minded and open-hearted because...
I mean, if someone fucks you over, don't give them the keys to your car and be like, hey, don't drive my car.
Right.
Because they're probably going to fuck you over again. But at least give them a chance to regain a little...
Just, everyone, no one's lily white, as they say.
Yeah.
We all have our mistakes.
Exactly.
And I'm also no Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson ain't no me.
Mike Tyson a bad motherfucker.
He's a bad Mama Joe. I love watching Rogan talk about him. He talks to them with such revere.
He did a news interview after he got out of prison.
I don't doubt it, man.
And he talked about how he hated prison. He's like, man, I hate prison so much. Maybe wish I would have fucking raped her and her mama. Talking about the girl he did rape or accused he didn't rape.
Oh no.
Mike Tyson's fucking insane. Mike Tyson, get me on your show.
Yeah, let's
go. And I will not say any of this shit in front of your face.
We should go see him, yeah.
Someone did say that. When,
have you seen him on the news? Yeah,
Cincinnati?
Asked him,
Who was it? Jerry Springer was running for mayor, I believe. And Mike Tyson backed Jerry Springer. And some black guy asked Mike Tyson, he was like, do you think being a convicted rapist will hurt the mayor's chances of getting reelected? And Mike Tyson's like,
on the dude.
Man, fuck you, that's a piece of shit question. Fuck you, man.
I remember that. I love his reaction too. I think that was the first time he had acted like that.
Then
after he got out of jail.
Yeah, then the interviewer comes back.
And they're like, all right, back to you.
What's more nervous for you? Being on show, talking about your life in your one-man show that you're here to promote, or being in the ring? And then Mike Tyson thinks about it for a second. He's like, yeah, it's probably more fucking nervous for me to talk to a rat piece of shit like you. It's like Mike Tyson again.
Yes, grilling Mike Tyson, bro. No George Foreman, but George Foreman's selling grills.
Yeah, good for him.
Boxers have interesting careers, that's for sure.
No shit.
Oh yeah,
George Foreman's a sellout. And that dude got hit in the head way too many times. He named all 9 of his fucking kids George. and his fucking daughter, Georgia. I'm not even fucking with you.
That's hilarious. We need to do a segment on that.
It's just not how he's been hitting that. So fucking
George and George and George and George and George.
Many other fucking names. Those are the one he's been called.
That's the shit, man. Well, we got a few minutes left here. We should go over our social media stuff.
Yes.
But I don't know. I feel like when we list it, we can just tell them it's all down below. Mainly the Joker and the Smoker at Gmail, the Joker and the Smoker on iTunes and Podbean.
Rate and review, please.
You should be able to search us on whatever the platform is, and we should pop up. I think we're getting to that point.
Yeah, I'm getting on Google Play tonight. So Facebook, we got a new page. I will mention that real quick because it's brand new.
It is.
You guys can just get on it, interact with me.
Check it out.
Tell me some dumb shit.
Let us know what you want to talk about, what segments you like, and
what you want to hear us ramble about.
Yeah, hopefully the lighting's a little bit different and darker this episode.
Yeah.
We're just trying new stuff out. So
yeah, hopefully this turns out good. If not, there will be a video, audio version that you can watch if you don't want to fucking listen to the fucking...
Yeah, definitely. If you're listening to this on Podbean or on any of the other platforms, just know if you want a little visual stimulation, you can at least have the video version on YouTube for free as well.
Yes. And there's going to be some clips on there, like 5-minute clips. So in case you can't catch the whole thing,
yeah, we're gonna have some. Yeah, we need it, and then maybe once we get into like episodes 10 and 20, we can start doing like best of the week, or best of the month, or whatever.
Yeah, I can't wait for episode 10.
So let us know your favorite segments, guys, so we can start compiling these things. One of my favorite things, one of my old podcasts I used to listen to did was have like a top listeners guide, a new listeners guide. So if you're a new listener, check out episode 617.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
So yeah, you get an idea of not only our personalities but the stuff we talk about and stuff. So let us know if you guys think anything like that would be a good idea.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. It's great.
It's been awesome.
Really enjoy doing this.
Keep listening. Yeah.
I like seeing the numbers grow and give us your money on Patreon and PayPal, people.
Exactly. We're gonna try to do it. All right, guys. See you later. Joker the Smoker out.